back to Plato's paper. We have breaking news. A mysterious cave has been discovered in a secluded forest outside Newport News. Nobody has ever dared to enter these woods, as legends have labeled them as dangerous. But an unknowing bypasser stumbled across the cave after hearing strange noises and seeing odd lights. Our reporter, Grace, is on the field with updates. Thanks, Grace. I'm coming here live from the scene. There have been reports of shadows and noises emerging from a cave. Let's take a closer look.
Where am I? Why can't I see anything?
Did you just come out of that cave?
Yes, where am I now? Why is everything so bright?
It's a bright sunny day in Newport News. How long have you been in there?
Since I was a child, I was bound by fetters and I could only face a wall.
Do you have a name?
No, I'm a prisoner. Prisoners don't need names.
What are you feeling right now that you've discovered the light?
At first I felt immense pain in my eyes, but I'm starting to grow accustomed to the light. It's truly beautiful out here. I was always told life outside the cave was a life full of only pain, but I'm starting to believe it's a life of truth and light.
What would happen if I went into the cave?
The bound prisoners will not believe you. In fact, your message about the life outside the cave will only make them angry. They're comfortable where they are, and you will only be a liar to them. They may even try to kill you. Is that a risk you're willing to accept?
If that's what it takes for them to discover the truth and light, then I will accept the challenge. Are you planning to return to the cave?
No, I'm too afraid. The journey to leave the cave was one full of extreme pain, and I want to enjoy this life outside that I've discovered before I sacrifice it. Please be careful as you journey down. You will not be met with welcoming arms, and watch out for the puppeteer.
Thank you. If I don't return from the cave, I hope you enjoy your new life.
Thank you.
Frog. Cow. Person. I think that's a tree. I don't know.
After exploring further into the cave, we discovered that there are other prisoners being detained down there.
Anyway.
Sir, do you have any idea who put you down here or why they captured you?
I have no idea what you're talking about. I've been here my whole life. No one put me down here.
How are you able to identify those shadows so easily?
You can't? This is really basic. Are you blind?
Are you aware that one of the other prisoners has escaped and left the cave?
What do you mean by escaped? You have to be lying. There's no other place than here.
I'm telling you the truth. I can help you leave too. I just have to get these feathers off.
Yeah, no, don't touch that. Why do you keep messing with me? Can you just leave me alone, please?
1 week later.
We're live at the crime scene where police have just apprehended a suspect. An officer is here to walk us through what happened earlier today.
We first received a tip following your broadcast last week, and we went to investigate the scene. Inside, they saw the culprit making shadow puppets in front of a fire as captives were forced to watch, bound by their necks and legs. Once we confirmed the scope of the situation, we wasted no time freeing the victims and took the suspect into custody for questioning. During the rescue, one of our fellow officers recognized that a prisoner resembled a close friend's son who was a victim of kidnapping decades ago. DNA testing confirmed the match, which links today's rescue to the infamous Newport News Napper case from 30 years ago. This case has finally been closed and the perpetrator has been brought to justice.
Back in the late 90s, there was a string of kidnappings in Newport News that spanned about a year. The police had no clues for any suspects, and the case remained cold for decades. Today's arrest has finally brought closure to all the victims' families in this horrible crime, and has solved one of the city's largest mysteries.
1 week later.
I'm here with the puppeteer who was in the cave with the prisoners and who was responsible for the kidnappings. What exactly was your role as puppeteer?
I created the shadows of truth to convince the other prisoners the fire is the only true light.
How did you get this job and why were you doing this?
I had no choice in my role. You said if I didn't continue to fan the fire and make shadows for the prisoners, I would get in trouble. He trained me to do this, to take children and make sure nobody knew where they went. I had to keep them under his illusion.
His illusion? What is the illusion?
The shadows are the only truth. The shadows I made on the wall that he once made for me. I had to teach them the true knowledge.
Do you know how you got into the cave?
I've been in there my whole life, taken like the other children, but I was the first prisoner.
The first prisoner. Who do you think put you up to this?
I never saw his face. He was secretive, but he would speak about great plans, about silencing intellectuals and isolating them. He would mention something called the government, but I don't know what that is.
Why do you think the government would do something like this?
He would tell me how I was a threat to society and the government.
Did you see it as your duty to keep the illusion of false knowledge, or did you feel like you were ever supposed to tell the truth about the cave and the experiment?
It's all I've ever known. I had a duty to create the shadows of truth. to do what I was told instead of telling them the government speculations and everything he had told me.
Thank you, Puppeteer, for your time. Well, folks, there you have it. It appears that the government started their twisted experiment by kidnapping the Puppeteer years ago. The Puppeteer was threatened to continue the experiment, where she resorted to kidnapping more children who showed signs of intellectualism. She distorted the reality by putting them on the puppet shows and shitting them so they were forced to only look at one wall. The government's motives are vague, but conversations with the Puppeteers suggest that they were curious as to what would happen if they were placed in isolation and stripped of their self-governance, as they were seen as a threat to government and societal order. Thank you, folks, for watching, and now the question poses itself: should we trust our government, and should we trust realities in which we live, or our caves of ignorance? Have a good night.